Ever wondered how your money can work for you while you catch up on your beauty sleep? Well, it's not a fantasy, it's called compounding, and it's a powerful tool in the world of finance. Imagine this: you plant a tiny seed today, give it a little water and sunshine, and over time, it grows into a massive tree. That's what compounding does to your money. It's the process where your money grows over time, like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. And the best part? You don't have to be a Wall Street wizard to understand it. This is a beginner-friendly guide that will break down compounding into simple, digestible terms. We'll dig into the basics, explore its mighty power, discuss the benefits, and yes, show you how to make compounding work for you. So buckle up, and get ready to learn the magic of compounding. But first, what is compounding, and why should it matter to you? Well, let's take a quick dive into the world of finance. Compounding, in its simplest form, is the process where the value of an investment increases because the earnings on an investment, both capital gains and interest, earn interest as time goes on. This might sound a bit complicated, so let's simplify it with an example. Imagine you have a savings account. You deposit a certain amount of money into this account. Over time, this money earns interest. Now, here's where the magic of compounding comes in. Instead of taking that interest out, you leave it in the account. This means that next time the interest is calculated, it's done on the original amount you put in, plus the interest you've already gained. In essence, you're earning interest on interest. Now, let's apply this concept to an investment scenario. You invest some money in a stock or a bond. Over time, this investment grows, either because the price of the stock increases or because you receive interest payments. And just like with the savings account, the returns you earn then get reinvested and they, too, can earn returns. This is how your money grows exponentially over time. In both of these scenarios, the key factor is time. The longer you leave your money and allow it to compound, the more it will grow. That's why it's often said that the most powerful factor in investing is time. Compounding is often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. Why? Because it's a simple yet powerful way to grow your wealth without needing to constantly add more money into the mix. It's like planting a tree. You water it and care for it initially, and over time, it grows into a large, strong entity, yielding fruits year after year. Think of it as a snowball effect. Your wealth keeps growing bigger and bigger on its own. So, do you see the magic of compounding now? It's a fundamental concept that can help you grow your wealth on autopilot. Stay tuned, as we delve deeper into this fascinating topic. Now that you know what compounding is, let's delve into how powerful it can be. Imagine you have a magic penny that doubles in value every day. On the first day, you have 1 penny. On the second day, you have 2. By the third day, you have 4 pennies. Doesn't seem like much, right? But stick with me here. If you keep going, by the end of a month, believe it or not, you'd have over $5 million. Now that's a neat trick, if only pennies were actually magic. This, my friends, is the magic of compounding in a nutshell. It's the process where the value of an investment increases because the earnings on an investment, both its capital and the accumulated earnings, generate their own earnings. Let's break it down with a more realistic example. Suppose you save $1,000 at an interest rate of 5% compounded annually. At the end of the first year, you'd earn $50 in interest. But the magic starts from the second year. You see, the interest is not just calculated on your initial $1,000, but also on the $50 you earned as interest in the first year. So, in the second year, you'd earn not just $50, but $52.50. Now, this might not seem like a huge difference, but remember, compounding is a long game. If you continue this for 10 years, you'd end up with not just your initial $1,000, but a total of $1,628.94. That's over 60% growth, without you having to lift a finger. And this is just a simple example. Imagine if you kept adding to your savings every year, or if the interest rate was higher, or if you had started 20 years ago. The numbers would be mind-boggling. So, you see, compounding can turn your hard-earned money into a money-making machine. You might be wondering, what are the benefits of compounding? Well, let's dive right in and discover the magic of compounding. First and foremost, compounding is like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and faster with each passing moment. It's a way to grow your wealth over time without having to do much more than sit back and watch. And who wouldn't want to see their money multiply, right? Now, imagine this. You're planting a seed today. With time, this seed grows into a tree, and this tree eventually grows fruit. The fruit drops seeds, and these seeds grow into more trees. Over time, you're not just reaping the benefits from one tree, but a whole orchard. That's compounding for you. It's about the growth of growth, the earnings on earnings. Secondly, compounding creates a cushion for retirement. We all dream of a comfortable and worry-free retirement, don't we? Compounding helps turn this dream into reality. By investing and letting compounding do its work, you're building a nest egg that continues to grow, even when you're sipping margaritas on a beach somewhere during your golden years. Lastly, compounding is a powerful tool for achieving your financial goals. Whether it's buying a dream house, funding your child's education, or taking that once-in-a-lifetime vacation, compounding can help you get there. It's not about getting rich quick, but about steady, consistent growth over time. The beauty of compounding, my friends, lies in its simplicity and the time factor. The longer your money is invested, the more time it has to grow and reap the benefits of compounding. It's like baking a cake. The longer you leave it in the oven, the better it turns out. But remember, just like a cake needs the right ingredients, successful compounding requires regular investments, patience, and time. So, don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Because the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. Alright, so how do you make this magical compounding work for you? Well, it's simpler than you might think. All it takes is a few practical steps, a dash of discipline, and a hearty helping of patience. Let's start with the first step, starting early. The sooner you start saving or investing, the more time your money has to grow. It's like planting a seed, the earlier you plant it, the longer it has to develop and thrive. So, whether you're in your teens, 20s, or even 30s, it's never too early nor too late to start. The key is to start now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Moving on to the next step. Reinvesting your earnings. This is where the magic of compounding really comes into play. When you reinvest your earnings, you're essentially adding more seeds to your financial garden. These seeds then grow and produce their own earnings, which you can then reinvest. It's a cycle of growth that can lead to a financial forest if you let it. Now, this brings us to the final step. Being patient. Compounding isn't about getting rich quick. It's about growing your wealth steadily and surely over the long term. It's like watching a tree grow. It doesn't happen overnight, but with time and patience, you'll eventually have a towering oak on your hands. But here's the thing. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about resisting the urge to dig up your seeds to see if they're growing. It's about weathering the storms and not panicking when the market takes a dip. It's about sticking to your plan, even when it seems like nothing's happening. So, to recap. Start early, reinvest your earnings and be patient. These are the keys to making compounding work for you. And remember, just like a garden, your financial future requires care and attention. Remember, compounding is a long-term game. Patience is key. So, keep watering those seeds, and in time, you'll reap the fruits of your labor. So, are you ready to let your money work for you? We've journeyed through the world of compounding, unraveling its magic and power. Remember, compounding is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a steady, surefire way to grow wealth over time. It's like planting a seed, and watching it grow into a mighty tree. We've explored how the basics of compounding work, how even small amounts can snowball over time. We've seen the benefits of compounding, how it can amplify your wealth, and turn your hard-earned money into a powerful wealth-building tool. And the best part is, everyone can harness this power. It's all about starting early, investing regularly, and being patient. So, take that first step. Save a little, invest a little, and watch your money multiply. Don't wait for tomorrow, start growing your wealth today. Let's make your money work for you. After all, time is the secret ingredient in the recipe of compounding. Let's not waste any more of it, shall we?